know these nations don't like me. Everything they do is out of spite, yeah. Cause they know that Bible talking about me. But we're strong through the power of his might, yeah. Yeah, I know these nations don't like me. Everything they do is out of spite, yeah. Cause they know that Bible talking about me. But we're strong through the power of his might, yeah. The Most High, I know he got me. Read the OT, you wanna know about me. They do, but don't doubt me. The good news, you can't stop it. Now that we waking up, studying the Bible, we cooking up. Everything looking up, 20 deep, we be pulling up. Teaching our people the truth. That's who we are. Showing scriptures for proof that what we do.
Kaepernick's back in the news, right? He ain't really never left, but he has made a big splash in the news. I want to go to this next article with Stephen A. Next video, and started around 3 minutes to show you.
I've been waiting to blast
Stephen
his ass all week.
Who got money? But look what he says. You just gotta have spiritual eyes to realize what he was saying. Play that video for the people.
Everybody has their own set of facts. That's fair enough. I'm not here to question what Max has acquired. I'm certainly not here to question Howard Bryant, an outstanding job he always does, and the information that he has. And I'm quite sure to some degree we have the same information. Ladies and gentlemen, in my hand, I have two notes, two letters. This one here.
Is this 3 minutes? Go to 3 minutes.
Examination, waiver, release, and indemnification agreement.
Yeah, straight up to 3 minutes.
This was signed by Colin Kaepernick.
Right there.
And do you have any idea about my damn background?
Oh, go back 230. Go to 230. Go to 230.
Of African Americans.
Yeah, right there, right there.
Book about how his points are eradicated. I'm not talking about the kneeling.
Pay attention.
I'm not talking about the protesting. I'm a black man, you idiots. You think I have a problem with a man that is kneeling and protesting racial oppression and police brutality? Do you know anything about my history in 25 years in this damn business? From the New York Daily News to the Philadelphia Inquirer to CNN to Fox to ESPN. Do you have any idea about my damn background and the fights that I have taken on behalf of African Americans throughout this nation's history? Do you have any idea who the hell you are talking about?
Hit the street,
T.O. sends me a damn text just now. T.O., how many times have I come to the defense of Terrell Owens? Okay? How many times have I talked about how unfairly he has been maligned, how people have insulted him, how this man deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? But by the way, T.O. wasn't asking to go into the Hall of Fame ceremony or anything like that. T.O., Terrell Owens is the guy that deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer that was maligned unnecessarily and unfairly, and I pointed that out. Now, why do I bring stuff like that up? Because what this issue has come down to, and supposedly Jay Williams for NBA Countdown wanted to be here. My brother, I wish you were here. I'm sorry that you couldn't be here today.
Play for the Bulls, Jay Williams.
Because here's my issue. Black folks in America, I want you to hear me and hear me good. When I pointed out that Colin Kaepernick's actions on Saturday eradicated anything, I wasn't talking about the kneeling. I wasn't talking about the protesting. I was saying your proclamation that you desperately wanted back in the National Football League from your camp, you wanted the opportunity to be employed by the NFL again to play football.
You want to go back to the NFL?
Your action Saturday got in the way of it. You can debate the waiver all you want to. For all I don't know whether it's true or not, I have it. I'm not disputing it. That's for the NFL to do, Colin Kaepernick's people to do. We're going to be fair-minded. We're going to point both sides based on the information that we have available to us. What I am saying is, at the end of the day, here's what doesn't matter.
Listen.
If you show up to a workout with a Kunta Kinte t-shirt on, if you have the workout after bucking their offer on Saturday, then you have the press conference thereafter where you take no questions. But you're looking into the cameras and you're antagonizing the NFL to tell them to stop running, that we all know the truth, etc., etc. What you're doing is getting in the way of your own aspiration to get back.
And hold on. What if he was advised not to sign it and this was true?
And what I'm saying to you is this: that's fair. If you see what people are not hearing is there is a difference between not showing up for the workout and how you handle it. We talk about guys all the time, how you handle it. You could have had your lawyers sit up there earlier in the week from the time Tuesday arrived and they made the offer, and you could have said, I don't want to show up for this, here's why, and you could have publicized that through your attorneys, and that would have been fine. You had the workout. After the workout, you were on camera calling out owners and giving them fodder to say, look at this guy. He wants a job, but he's coming at us. Why should we want to hire him?
He wants
Fair
a job.
or unfair? I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Listen up.
When white folks catch a cold, black folks catch pneumonia.
Ooh.
It's twice, if not even more difficult for us. We know that. We know how unfair it is. But if you want the job, you have to guard against that. He elected not to do so. So why be surprised?
We talked about this. We talked about this point.
So a lot of y'all might have watched that and was like, oh, he's talking about Kaepernick. Y'all didn't realize what Stephen A. just said. Stephen A. just said that if you want anything as a black man in America, you will have to serve your enemies.
What in the hell?
Colin Kaepernick is a former NFL player that has millions of dollars. Stephen A. is a sportscaster that is a millionaire. And even him on national TV, on Fox Sports News, understands that we are slaves in America that have to beck and call to the white man's requirements if we want anything in America.
Hey, that's a point. I don't like Stephen A. Smith, but this point is what he's saying makes some sense. The brother said that when white folks catch a cold, black people catch pneumonia. That means we got to do 10 times more to get to where they are.
Yep, it's always worse for us.
And it's always worse for us. Now, I do want to say this before you bring this out. Colin Kaepernick did what he felt was right. He did what he felt was the right thing to do.
Right, for his people.
And at a point in his life right now, I feel like he really don't care if he get in to get if he don't get in to get or get in or not.
Yeah.
I see it as he's still protesting even in the midst of him wanting to get in the NFL.
That's why he wore a Kuta Kid.
That's why he did that. That's why he changed up workout locations in an instant to see, okay, let me see who gonna give me a shot. Let me go on camera and say, hey, man, y'all NFL, stop running from me. I know y'all owners doing it. So he's still protesting in the midst of trying to get a job.
Hey, go to Deuteronomy 28:48. Because you might have just been listening for enjoyment, but when I heard that, I was listening with spiritual ears. I heard Stephen A. say this without even knowing it. And he got millions of dollars. Colin Kaepernick got millions of dollars. Every NBA, NFL player got millions of dollars. But they are not going to escape the curses of God. Read that, verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Bring it out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
If you want a job in the NFL, guess what you're going to have to do? Whatever that white man wants you to do.
Hey, and that lets you know, Cap, they really don't give a doggone how good you are, because Colin Kaepernick left on a Super Bowl contender team.
And he's better than a lot of backup quarterbacks and starting quarterbacks.
I was about to say, it didn't have the start. He's better than half the starters in the NFL today. But the whole reason why they don't want him in there is based off of what he thinks like.
They don't want him in there because you know what? Just like we went over the article, that Negro stepped out of line.
Yeah, he stepped out of line.
That slave stepped out of line. He don't know that if he wants anything, it's gonna come from me because I rule the world. And that is a curse that we are under, that we have to bow down to the white man for anything we want.
Bring it out. Hey, watch this. A NFL player can take steroids, get kicked out, come back. An NFL player can murder somebody It was a brother, Asante Samuel. I believe it was Asante Samuel. He committed
car crash.
What's it called?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter by vehicle. Vehicle manslaughter.
Yeah.
He was able to come back.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown,
act a damn
right.
fool for
Acting
10
a fool.
years.
He can come back when he gets his legal thing corrected.
straight.
You are in the NFL. You can come back from anything,
right?
And it's been shown. Smoke weed, you can leave like Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
smoke weed, you can leave a few years, come back, and still get a multi-million-dollar deal.
Right. Yep.
You can get kicked out of the NFL, but they will always allow you to come back. You telling me that what Colin Kaepernick is doing is worse than everything that's been done to the point where he's never allowed to come back?
Yeah, right.
Standing up for your people is worse than taking steroids.
Yeah.
Standing up for your people is worse than any NFL violation you can make. Bring it out. Damn.
And Cap, the way they flex their muscles is that, for example, to show them that, okay, we're in control. Now, he did all that the way they don't let him come back, because that's why now a lot of our people who have platforms, they don't speak against the damage that the music is doing or any other thing is doing to our people, because they're afraid that the carpet will get pulled from
because they know where their money come from, because they suffer from the curse of Deuteronomy 28 and 48. They just think that they got money, so they equate that to freedom.
Right.
But let's go to the next.
The proof of that was Donald Sterling a few years ago.
Yeah.
When he said, "What? That house, I gave it to them.
Right.
Cars they driving, I gave it to them.
Food, I gave
Don't bring them niggas to my
right here in the script."
Go to the next video, and it's going to speak just on that. The racism in sports that Negroes love so much. Play that next video, man.
You can't stop Colin Kaepernick. In the past couple of weeks, he's refused to stand for the national anthem in protest of racial injustice in this country. He's since then been joined by teammate Eric Reed, Seattle Seahawks Jeremy Lane, and the National Women's Soccer League's Megan Rapinoe.
The message is that we have a lot of issues in this country that we need to deal with. We have a lot of people that are oppressed. We have a lot of people that aren't treated equally. Police brutality is a huge thing that needs to be addressed.
He's not just shedding light on police brutality, he's also speaking out against widespread racism that continues to be alive and well in our society. And the oppression he's talking about doesn't end with pro sports. Pro sports is most definitely still a rich white man's club.
Check out these statistics.
Are owned by incredibly rich folks, some of whom are worth upwards of $22 billion. Nearly all of them are, well, white. That whiteness trickles down to operations. Yes, things have gotten better in the last 50 years.
There is no black owners in the NFL.
If you watch any NFL or NBA game, it's pretty clear that a majority of players are people of color. But behind the fields and courts, you'll find a major lack of diversity. There's clearly more work that needs to be done when it comes to hiring people of color for president, CEO, general manager, and head coach.
All of the owners.
So how did we even get here? A lot of it goes back to blatant segregation. In the late 19th to mid 20th century, legal segregation seeped into all aspects of American life, including sports, where men of color were not allowed to play in any of the major sports leagues.
Racism in
I have
sports.
to mention here that women of color have also had a long history of being marginalized in professional sports. Now, despite segregation, communities of color found ways to compete in sports at historically black colleges and in their own thriving sports leagues and associations. And black sports leagues like the Negro League nurtured pioneering athletes who later broke the color line. The NFL didn't fully integrate until 1962, and the last team to integrate was, wait for it, the Washington Redskins. Can't make this
That was
stuff
the
up.
last team
it's
to
important
integrate.
To point out that the NBA did fine former LA Clippers owner Donald Sterling $2.5 million and banned him for life from the NBA after racist comments he made about black people were leaked back in 2014. And that the NFL did enforce the Rooney Rule in 2003. This rule requires teams to
Now you might she might explain it, but Rooney Rule, they had to make up affirmative action in football that has 70+. It's up to like 78% now, because this was a few years ago video. It's up to 78 to 80% black people in the NFL right now, and they had to make up an affirmative action rule in the NFL just to give black coaches a chance at being a head coach, because all the white owners didn't even give them interviews. Right. And Negroes love football, but the white man wouldn't even consider your people to be a leader.
Hey,
for
think
their
about
team.
it. Think about it, Cap. Because I play football, you play football in our past life, all praises.
Yeah, all praises.
Now, thinking about the leadership roles of an NFL team or football team in general, you got the owner, you got the head coach, and you know who else you got? The quarterback.
Yeah.
All three of those positions are led by white men.
Yeah.
The owner, the coach, and the quarterback.
And you only got a few of them, black sprinkled in now.
And those black coaches, let them mess up their first year.
Oh.
It's over.
Yeah.
They are fired before the year's over with.
You better be lucky. It's a black dude in the Dolphins, because you better be lucky if he get a year 2. He's doing so terrible right now. They'll get rid of him in a heartbeat. Go ahead, officer.
Hey, plus you know what kind of got to me, right? And when you are watching the video, you see these NFL owners, they owning so much money.
$22 billion.
$22 billion. Now you got to think about it. Where did they get that money from? I guarantee you it was passed down from generational wealth.
Yeah.
Hey, they have so much money, it's a rule they have to spend it.
Yeah.
they have to spend a certain amount of money every year or get hit with a cut.
Right.
It's mandatory they have to spend money on players.
That's crazy. Go back to the video. Let's finish it out.
Interview at least one minority when searching for a head coach and senior operations positions. But these examples are exceptions, not the rule. So a racist history in the U.S. that included legally shutting people of color out of professional sports leagues continues to have a major impact today. Jackie Robinson, Muhammad Ali, and the Williams sisters are just a few of a long line of athletes of color who've broken the color line, smashed stereotypes, and inspired generations. But until there are more people...
And the crazy thing about it is we get into anything and we become the best at it ever. That's how you know that we the Israelites. Deuteronomy 7:6. God says you are special people. You are above all people. No matter what we do, we become the best at it. We're the best at football. We're the best in baseball. We're the best in basketball. We're the best in tennis. We're the best in golf. Hell, we got black people playing hockey now.
Right.
Just give us some time when we really learn how to get over the code. We're gonna be the best. We're gonna be the best at that.
If we're the best at everything, why won't they hire Kaepernick? You know why? Whenever he went off into to try to get that interview, they saw him wearing the Kuta Kente shirt.
Yeah.
They're like, that nigga is not broken. So
Nope, he's
I'm not
broken.
giving him a job.
That's
No,
right.
no,
No,
Bill. No.
What they say?
His mind ain't
That
broken.
nigga ain't learned nothing.
He ain't learned. This a rebellious slave right here.
I'ma
He
show
won't fall
you.
in line like the rest of
Time
them.
to the horses, Bill. Bill, time to the horses. That's what they're going to do.
Tear him apart. And make an example of him in front of all the other Negroes so they don't step out of line. Go back to the video.
Hey, hold on, real quick. The brother that just did the what's the brother? DN brother from the Browns.
I forget
what's
his name. That hit the dude over the head. I forget his name.
On the one you talking about, the one on Twitter?
The Browns
defensive end. He hit the dude over there. But anyway, the brother is claiming that the Rudolph, the quarterback from the Pittsburgh Steelers, he called him a nigga.
Oh,
that's why he said in the beginning of the game, he called him a nigga.
Oh,
so he said that's why through the whole game he was going at him like that. He said he called me a racial slur, and that goes on in the NFL. That goes on. What's his name? Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett. He clunked the Edomite across the head, but afterwards he said he called me a nigga.
Wow, racism in sports.
And I guarantee you they try to hide it because guess what they be having? They be having the little mics on the field. But now when he said that to protect the white quarterback, the leadership position,
they edited that out.
We lost footage.
We lost sound at that moment. Go back to the video. Let's finish it out.
Of color represented in operations, as head coaches, and as owners, it's fair to say that racism will still exist in pro sports. And this is just one example of the racial inequality that Kaepernick is standing up against. So the question is, what will it take for it to end?
You know what it's going to take for it to end? Repentance.
That's it.
Negroes, you repent as the Israelites that you are. You Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. Then the racism will end, but until then, it will never end, because the curse is, thou shalt serve thy enemy in the want of all things. You want to play football? Well, you're going to have to do what that white man say. You want to play basketball? You better fall in line to what he say. Oh, you want to play basketball? You're going to do what he say. Oh, you want a job? Well, you're going to have to change your voice. You want a job? You're going to have to shave off your beard, because we have to serve our enemy, because we don't want to serve God. He said, I'm going to make you serve the people that hate you.
Hey, Cap,
till you learn your lesson.
Another incident, one of the brothers from the New York Jets, I believe, he played opposite tackle, tore his pectoral muscle, and he went and got surgery. They cut him because the team doctor told him not to get surgery. The brother went and got surgery on his shoulder, and they cut him for it.
Wow. So no guarantee.
They said, yep, nothing. They said, we would not be responsible for that because we told you not to go do it. Now this is the brother. He's caring for his body. This goes right into us being slaves, us being in captivity where we don't own nothing, not even our own bodies.
Nope. A lot of them don't even own the jersey on their back.
Right. They don't. Right. The brother went and got surgery to care for his body, and they cut him.
The massa owns the jersey on your back and the name that goes along with it. Now, I want to skip the $40 million slave, and I want to go to the last video, because we're about to wrap it up. And it's a former NFL player, and show you what he saw being in the league for 11 years and what he sees to come.
And, Kat, before you pull that, just one more point. With just to show you how all the owners, whether it's NBA, NFL, whatever it may be, they all think the same way. Because recently, with the NBA, they created the Ron Paul rule.
What's that? Oh, yeah. The dude, he was LeBron's agent, wasn't he?
Right.
And he didn't have a degree.
Exactly.
He didn't go to college. He didn't go to agent school. But he got all the best NBA players.
Exactly. Just to show you, this is your level right here. You're going to be stuck playing. You're not going to rise above that.
Damn, that's crazy. They make up rules on the fly to keep you down in the racism of sports, man. And Negroes love it. Go to that video. Let's play that. Yeah, right here. It says, former NFL player exposes racism. Play the video.
When the NFL was forced to reintegrate, because from 1933 to 1945, the all-white NFL didn't want any blacks in the industry. They said the black players were slowing down its growth. And then Fritz Pollard developed the Negro Football League. And after World War II, there was a big push for the Negro League to compete with the all-white NFL. So what they did was they took the good players from the Negro League and integrated them into the all-white NFL.
Jim Brown.
And now, since 1946, the black players have taken it to $1 billion plus market, yet we have no owner within the industry. Woo! We are the record breakers and the trendsetters, yet we have no voice within the industry. NFL owners are guaranteed profits annually. Pause it.
That was a heavy point. He said we have no voice in the industry. Colin Kaepernick tried to exercise his voice. Hey, look, check this. He exercised his voice by not even saying nothing. He just kneeled down. And they said, silence that Negro. Cut him and don't let him back into the league.
You know how short of a time period the national anthem is compared to the game?
Right.
That's only like
3
minutes, 3 minutes, and he kneeled for 3 minutes and lost a career.
Wow. Damn. That's racism. It's for you don't have a voice. You can't even speak up on things if they disagree with it. If you take any action against something that they don't disagree with, they will blackball you. Go ahead. Go back to the video.
Are guaranteed profits annually without even a fan going into the stadium. Yet players have no guaranteed contracts. This is plantation capitalism going on right now.
Plantation capitalism. Heavy point.
You can change the scenery in life, but the situation remains the same.
Pause it.
And my biggest fear.
That's a heavy point. You can change your scenery in life, but the situation remains the same. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 46. That's a heavy point because our brothers and our sisters, they get money when they go into these sports things. They change their scenery, but the situation for their people remains the same.
Right. Remains the same.
Still on the bottom. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee
the curses
for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Now jump up to verse 29.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
No matter how much money you got, God said, you're going to still be oppressed. Right. And when you open up your damn eyes, you're going to realize you're oppressed. Right. Kaepernick realizes he's oppressed. Right. And he got millions of dollars in his bank account. Right. And he can't even get a job in the thing he loved to do because Master said, we don't want you around here, Negro.
And not only love, but the thing that he's been built to do.
For 20 years he's been doing that.
From years, from high school.
You going to upset all the rest of the Negroes. We don't want you around here.
And that's what it is. They saw that Colin Kaepernick is an influence to a lot of black men.
Yes, exactly right.
That's why Eric Reed, what happened to Eric Reed? Eric Reed was one of the best safeties in the NFL. What happened to him when he stood up with Colin? Bye-bye. Cut. Go to another team.
Now he played for Carolina Panthers and stuff, and they interview him sparingly, man. They don't even talk to the dude for real.
Hey, now you know what they do, Cap? Now there's no NFL players allowed to come out during the national anthem.
Wow.
Hey, it's a rule. It's a new rule.
They made up a rule.
Yes, in the NFL, it's a new rule. During the national anthem, no NFL players, they got to stand in the locker room.
And that's how they exercise racism, because in order for you to be racist, you got to have power. That's how they do it. And they start creating little rules.
And they made that rule because guess what? If one of them did it, and then the next one did it, and then all of them had one mind to be like, you know what? None of us is playing. The NFL would cease to exist immediately.
You know, Cap, I can't even.
82% of black people stop playing football. There would be no NFL.
Right.
They wouldn't even. I can't imagine that. There would be no Sunday night football. There'd be no Monday night. There'd be no
Thursday
sports.
night. They would be forced to give Colin Kaepernick a job. But you know what? We won't even stand together for our brother. That's crazy. Jump down to verse 33.
Verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
And what's the labor that Colin Kaepernick do and our brothers and sisters in the NFL? They go out and run. They go out and train. They lift weights, right? And that former NFL player said, even if you don't show up to the game, the owners are guaranteed a profit. They still get money from the organization overall. They don't give a damn if you show up or not. They eat from your labors. The black man and Hispanic man built the NFL.
That's right.
Built it and still don't get guaranteed money. They'll cut you if you go and take care of your own body outside of what Master said.
Think about it. Even amongst the arena, just the arena alone, the sales, the tickets, and all that stuff, the taxes, the owners get a part of all of that.
All of that money.
All of that.
And as well, it's like something about the NFL, the rookie salary cap, right? What's the average span of an NFL player?
3 years.
3 to 4 years.
Yep.
How long is your contract? Your rookie contract? 3 to 4 years.
So they cut
Meaning they put a limit on that, knowing that, hey, listen, I know your body gonna give out.
If you don't pick cotton good, we gonna get rid of you.
We gonna get rid of you. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Hey,
bye.
And then they get mad when after your first year, second, you destroy the competition, you hold out.
Yeah.
Oh, they talk about you like you a dog.
Yeah, they run you through the ringer.
Just like that dude that got traded to the Rams. What's his name? Jalen Ramsey, one of the best corners.
Yeah.
That's what they doing. They talking about him like he a dog.
James Taylor said the NFL stands for Negro Felice.
Yep.
Damn,
that's right.
That's true. That's true.
Bottom of verse 33. And thou shalt.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
No matter how much money you got, God said you will be oppressed. Just step out of line and you're going to see how oppressed you really are and how crushed you really are as a people. Read verse 34.
Verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eye, which thou shalt see.
When they banned Kaepernick from the NFL and people got hold of it because he was kneeling, everybody was mad for that reason. But guess what? It ain't nothing you can do about it because Kaepernick still ain't got a job in the NFL.
Because Kaepernick's only one person.
God said no man's going to be able to save you.
Yep. Hey, you done with that, Cap?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, jump to verse 43.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
This is what we see right now. These strangers, these Caucasian Edomites, God called them Esau.
Yep.
They are the strangers.
Yep.
They are very high to the point where you don't even see the owners.
Yep.
Hell, you only know about one owner, and that's for the Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry Jones.
That's it.
Right.
You know, it's 30-something owners in the league, GMs and all that. And they control every aspect of a player's life to the point where even during the offseason, he's not allowed to do certain events with his family.
Mm-hmm.
They control everything. Read that again.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So high that I have the power to, even though you're highly qualified for the job, I got the power to say, hell no. Damn. Even though you're qualified.
That's a
and
curse.
You've been proven to be qualified.
And these are rich folks.
These are rich folks.
Rich and say, you know what? Let's cut off his money.
And guess what? Colin Kaepernick, they know Colin Kaepernick will make them money. But they know that him revolting, him showing love for his people will eventually take money out of their pocket.
Yep.
Right.
They know that.
Yep.
Hold on. Keep reading.
And thou shalt come down very low.
That's what you see. We so low that our brother, our beloved brother Colin Kaepernick, he's been dragged through the mud just for standing up for his people.
Yeah.
And then his people see him standing up and nobody else wants to stand up. They would rather tell him, they'd rather get on ESPN and spit out credentials of themselves and then say, Colin Kaepernick, just shut up and stand.
Right.
That's basically what they said.
Yeah.
Just shut up and stand.
They saying now, man, you should have just did it. You should have just killed your pride. Let that white man rule over you and just went in there and got the job.
That's crazy, man.
Right.
Don't to hell with the rest of your people,
Right, your
man.
morals.
Your morals.
They tell them
kill
to forget your morals, man. Convert your mind to this white man.
Yep.
Forget about what you stand for. Just at this moment, do what Master say,
That's
please.
heavy. Go, let's finish that video. We're gonna close it out, man. Let's finish the video first. Go ahead. Go back to the video.
Is this. You got 1,696 NFL players. That's 65% are black. That's roughly 1,100.
That's old.
You got 1.1 million black men in prison. So every time you see a black athlete on Sunday afternoon, he represents 10,000 in prison.
Woo!
And what are the NFL and what are some of these teams doing right now? What are they doing with their used equipment? They're giving it to some of the jails and some of the prison institutions.
I didn't know that.
And right now, we're going to see all over again. You're going to see the rise of the Roman Empire. They put the slave back into the Colosseum.
Wow!
And the players will not have the opportunity to flaunt their wealth. The only thing you'll be able to do is compete and go back to your cage where you belong, right where they want you.
Woo!
The black athlete, as of right now, is at the zenith of his career. If he doesn't exercise his political and financial influence, he's going to lose it forever. When I look at a leader, when I look at black athletes, when people talk about athletes and they say they're role models, you know, athletes are respected because of their words and their actions. When they say they're going to win a gold medal, they win it. They say they're going to win a championship, and they win it. But our leaders of today in some of these black communities, people stop believing in things that they can't see a manifestation. Our YMCA, better schools. We got 10 schools closing in Seattle, all in the black neighborhoods.
Listen to this.
You know, and if the athletes would speak out about this, we might get something started.
Pause it.
We don't need the athletes.
Hey, they speak out against that, and then they get told, nigga,
you can't work here.
Yeah, you gotta go.
So guess what the black athlete learns?
Shut up.
I might as well not just say nothing because I know where my money comes from.
But boss, our eyes don't knows how to speak.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just be quiet. And that ain't nothing.
Eyes can't speak English, boss.
Right.
Go ahead.
Real quick. just get this script. Sirach 34 and 22. So this is what happens when, you know, Esau or your slave master, he start taking away that money from you. This is exactly what he's saying. Read Sirach 34 and 22.
Sirach chapter 34 verse 22.
Bring it out.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him.
I want to kill you. That's exactly what he's saying. Yeah. He's saying that, hey, listen, I know
I want to destroy everything about you.
Right.
Because I know where your money comes from. It's because of me. I give you food.
Right.
I give you water.
Right.
I give him house.
Right.
And without me, you'll have none of that. Cut him off until
think about it,
That's showing hatred.
The brother got a family.
Yeah.
The brother got a family, wife and kids, and they know this is how his family eat.
Yep.
But because he kneeled, nah, nigga, I don't care about you or your kids.
Right.
Damn,
I'm going to kill you.
That's heavy, man. One brother on here, YouTube subscriber said, Let's Be Tight 22 says they close schools to open prisons. Damn, that's heavy.
Yep.
Exactly right. Hey, go back to the video. Let's finish it out, and we're going to wrap it up.
Athletes money. We need your influence. We need the black athlete to represent what's valuable in black America and what's good. Because all we see in the media is somebody beating up their wife, a DWI. That's not the representation. No. It takes just a few to make it bad for everybody else. You know? And my whole biggest concern is where sports is going in the future. With the high incarcerate of young black boys being in prison, this justifies bringing sports in the prison institution and coming live from pay-per-view. I can hear the horns. I can see the rise all over again. I hope you can too. Thank you.
Damn, that was heavy right there, man. That pay-per-view might be for prison football, because they giving old equipment to the for every one NFL player is 10,000 black men in prison. So they're going to make money,
you know how much
and
money
profit off of that.
People would love to see monkeys and gorillas fight each other.
They would love to see the gladiators come back.
Oh, they would love to see that. Oh, people will pay money for that.
And now, instead of the black people to actually make a little bit of money, now it goes back to the white hands. The white owners get those money.
But that's the thing. They won't be making no money.
Get that
because you know how it is in prison. You can work for a major company and make pennies on the dollar.
Right.
The same thing if the NFL goes to the prison leagues and they use that as exhibition games or whatever, they would give them pennies on the dollar to destroy their body.
No more big contracts.
Wow, that's crazy right there, man.
And the people in prison, they'll do it.
Oh yeah,
they'll do it because it gives them something. Oh, you can release your anger. You know, it gives them something to do, something to be active, something to motivate them. So, oh yeah, they'll do it.
Hey, let's end it on this Revelation 18. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
And plus, even if they had that and they paying them pennies on a dollar, guess what they have inside the prison? You need food. And guess what? They're going to be charging you for that food.
So the money going to go right back
So the money going to go right back to them while you're trying to survive.
Yep. Read that. Revelation 18 and 4.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Sports is a sin of America. It teaches covetousness.
Right.
It breaks the Sabbath of God.
Right.
It's a fornication wrapped up in it.
Lustful as hell.
Lustful as hell. You got them naked cheerleaders on there. It is all about sin. God says, "Come out from among it." Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her pledge.
Read.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity.
That's why you see America is crumbling from the inside out, slowly but surely, because the sins of this place have reached up to God, and He's breaking it down piece by piece by piece, while He's building us up piece by piece, brick by brick, until we are ready to receive the kingdom.
That's right.
So come up out of her so you ain't partaker of her sins, Israel.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.